What could be wrong? So I was a little bit worried here because this thing was not working, and I didn't know, maybe I did something wrong since I'm not a professional. Everything that I've done 12 volts so far has always worked, so I wondered, why doesn't this fan work? I checked the connections in the front by the battery. I had voltage. I have my 12 volt meter, so that was working. I have that inline fuse. I checked before the fuse, I checked past the fuse, and it was working. And then I came up here and I checked, and I had nothing. Right now I have power, hopefully. No, right now I got nothing there. Anyway, I turned this off. Yes, it's working. I don't know why. I was about to give up because I thought maybe I did something wrong, and I just moved the fan a little bit. I moved these wires, and I don't know what was wrong here, but as soon as this moved a little bit, it started working. So let's turn this on again and see what happens. Cool. At least I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, I have all the connections done over here. I use this heat shrink wrapping, and today with the sun being out and about, there's a couple minor clouds up there, but I'm getting power, so I was able to use my heat gun and heat shrink this. So I got nice connections, but I don't know why that fan once in a while works, sometimes it doesn't work. So last night and this morning wasn't working. Today I came here, I did nothing special. I just I changed this around. The negative was coming a loop like this, and I turned it that way. And then I went to the fan and I touched a couple things, and it was working. So I don't know exactly what the problem is. I'm by no means an expert on 12 volt systems. All I know is all the wiring that I've done in my van has worked flawlessly the first time. So I don't understand why this isn't working. I've done all the connections properly and the right way. I don't know if it's a wire in the fan itself that's kind of like loose, and sometimes it makes contact, sometimes it doesn't. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all these terminals because they're corroded. So I'm going to clean this up, and maybe this is the problem. So let me get to it. So I cleaned the terminals and really nice. I used these two different wire brushes for the drill and this piece of sandpaper, and now they're nice and clean, they're nice and tight, and we should have a much better connection. So hopefully that was the problem with the fan. Now let's go back inside and see if this thing is working. Okay, I don't know if it's going to work. Every time I connect this thing, it doesn't work. I don't know why. It's a mystery to me. I'm not a 12-volt specialist by any means. I'm not an expert, so do not take what I do as the right way to do things. But from my experience doing my van, every single connection, every single one worked the first time, including my fan. And I didn't even, when I did my fan, right, the fan comes with a little wire, and then it comes with a spare wire that's maybe a couple feet long. So I connected those two wires to go across to the side of my van, and I had the butt connector and I didn't even realize that I had to crimp the butt connector. I'm putting the thing in there and the wire's coming loose. I'm like, why isn't the wire staying in there? So I just tied everything with tape, and it's still working, and it works. And this one, I don't know if because it's the starting battery, I don't know, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So let's hope it works. All right, let me open this thing up. Come on, baby. It works. First time. Look at that. I made the connections. I had this thing already on, and I think that was the problem. The problem, I think, where the positive wire was going into the terminal. There's two other wires going in there for something for the van, and both ring terminals on those wires, they're all full of corrosion. So they're one on top of the other, and then they're making connection with the terminal from the cable, right, the battery cable. So all that full corrosion is losing contact. It's not making as better contact as it is now. So once I clean everything up and spray that spray, I think the spray did it. Oh, it works. Oh, it's such a nice feeling. Oh, you cannot believe the disheartening feeling that I got yesterday after spending about 7 or 8 hours wiring this thing, removing all kinds of things. I mean, you saw what I've done, but that's not even the beginning. I mean, I was almost 8 hours doing this stuff, and you can't believe the disheartening feeling that after doing all that work, for some reason the fan is not working properly, and I couldn't figure out why, and I almost gave up and almost tore everything apart and put it back together again. But a little persistence, a little cleaning, a little elbow grease, a couple dirty hands, and we got it done. Cool. This is nice. Alright, so if you have a fiberglass roof and you are wondering what it's up there, and I thought that this was the only thing up there, right? I thought the roof was just like this, but actually it's more than that. It's this piece. This is the outside. You can see the paint. And then you got this one. So the outside is sitting on top of this honeycomb. This is like almost like cardboard, right? So it's sitting on top of that honeycomb like this, and then the honeycomb is like this, and this here is what's on the inside of the van. So you got these ridges for strength. They have some plywood in here on these valleys for strength, or I don't know what, and that's what it looks like. Cool. I thought it was just one piece. I thought it was just like that thick, but it's actually better than that. It's pretty strong.